Hi, I'm Jenny Williams with Birmingham Real Producers Magazine, and today we're having a fantastic conversation with branding expert Samta Shaw with Kopri Promotions and insurance expert Ashley Lambert with the Lambert Agency and mortgage expert Matt Laird with Canopy Mortgage. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Producers Birmingham, where we get to know some of our top real estate agents and share insight into their success. We also visit with our amazing vendor partners to learn all about what they have to offer. Please subscribe to this podcast, and thanks for tuning in. And now, let's chat about real estate.
All right, so thanks so much for everybody for joining this conversation today. So excited to have you as vendor partners with Birmingham Real Producers Magazine. I know, Ashley, you've been a partner with ours for over 2 years and excited about entering into that third year.
Yeah, absolutely. Jenny, even the excitement of you taking over the magazine just brings whole new life and new blood. Already had great events. And just a lot of excitement around that.
Oh, good. Well, I absolutely love celebrating top talent, and Birmingham Real Producers Magazine highlights and supports the top 300 agents in all of MLS in the Birmingham area. So, of course, when an agent sells a house, it puts at least a minimum of 50 people to work. So it's super important to do business with the top real estate agents, and we can be very difficult to work with. I get it. I speak the language. And of course, I'm not inserting myself in that top 100 right now, but for years, I have supported, coached, and done marketing for the top real estate agents in Birmingham and across the country. So I know the challenges that comes with serving this clientele. We were just laughing behind the scenes about, actually agent number 22. And if you know who you are, you know who you are, was texting you at 8:30 last night saying, hey, could you get me this by 8 a.m.? And Philip, our video producer, said, yeah, I got the same one. All right. That is our world. That's what we're doing. We're very demanding, and we can't think straight about what needs to go on outside of our clients and what their needs are until it's super late at night. So I get you. I am you. I love you. And I know everybody else is laughing at you, but I'm not, because I probably sent a text 2 minutes before you did.
Laughing with her.
That's right. So everything that we do with Real Producers Magazine is to highlight, support, and really celebrate that top 300 talent. So the magazine goes directly to the houses of the top 300, and how that was actually calculated. Meredith, who was running that with Allied Home Inspections, who we absolutely love and adore. And she's just been a business partner of mine for many, many years. I just admire her business instincts. She calculated it based on volume, how much volume closed for last year between January and December 31st of 2024. So if you didn't make the cut of the top 300 based on volume closed, then make it a goal. Right? So a lot of my friends have said, I'm so going to be in that magazine next year. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to use it to motivate you to do even more business, because we want to celebrate you too. So with that being said, Ashley, how do you feel like that return has been for you? Like being a part of the community, at least?
Yeah, it's just been so great. The events that you guys hold are great, to be able to just network and meet realtors and surround yourself with top talent people that want to continue to grow and be involved in community. The other side of it is the partner relationships that we've made with the other people that advertise in the magazine. You guys specifically give us time together to network and get to know each other's businesses and help grow each other's businesses. So I felt like Real Producers has just given me a whole network of business partners that I trust and lean on and depend on to help grow my business as well.
I love that. So my goal is to have 55 partners helping each other, referring each other, and supporting the real estate agents. And I'm telling you, since I've taken over a couple of weeks ago, we've already gotten 11 new partners. And I mean, I love this. I live for this. And so thank you for continuing the journey with us as we move forward. And you, Missy, have just joined us and just partnered with us. And we just had our very first event just with me being able to take over as publisher. And we had about 70 people there. And what did you personally get out of it?
So first of all, agent number 22 that we were laughing about, I'll just say all realtors work differently.
That's right.
And they all have different personality. I work with several realtors currently, and I kind of learn from them. I get inspiration from them. I know some of those last minute requests are a little bit hectic, but I can handle it. And I
yes,
think that's why they call me. But the event that last week we had a couple of weeks ago, what I got out of that was that I'm very uncomfortable doing videos. And all the panelists were talking about how video advertising is so important. And so I'm going to try to do that this year.
Good.
Put myself in the video if I can. I will see. But I'm going to try doing that. And that's my takeaway from there. And I also think that, something else that I learned was that how not everybody is structured in doing their business, but they're still not being in structure and they still grow.
Absolutely.
And what is that little thing that they use that even if they are not structured, they continue to grow. What is that? That is what I want to find out. So I'm looking forward to the next events, and I want to learn more and more from you guys. So.
I think part of that is just the sheer determination of it will be done. So, and I've gone back and forth in different roles because I get bored. So I love the business and I love the people in the business. So, Matt knows that I'll check out, and I coached for 10 years. And I was involved in thousands of transactions during those 10 years, but I didn't sell anything myself for 10 years, right? I sold houses through massive amounts of people. Like Terry, who was just on our first episode. Then I said, hey, I went back into sales, did a whole bunch of sales. And then I said, hey, I retired. Well, that was dumb. And then that was dumb. Don't ever do that if you think that's a great idea. It's not. Call me first. And then I'm like, you know what? This year I've got a huge goal. And so when you make that decision, so you're asking what's the difference? I'm just kind of giving you just a little bit because you know me. We've been working a long time and you put up with me. So thank you. And yes, I am that person too that, will text you in the middle of the night. What do you think about this? And then answer you 3 days later, that font was good. And then 5 days after that, where's my order? Why isn't I here tomorrow? But it's the decision. It's making the decision first and saying, this is what I'm going to do this year. And I'm going to do everything it takes to make that happen, even if I don't have a plan, even if I don't have structure. But you will see, right? I think that we just had announcements out, I'm number 8 in all of the state for my brand this year, which is 900 agents, because I made that decision right before this year. So you are goal oriented. I've watched you grow, right? We used to share offices. We shared cubbies next to each other.
That is true.
Yes. You made the decision that you were going to grow. And now you're sitting here and highlighting and celebrating these top 300. So it's just going to grow from here on out. But so what Samta does is she handles, if you want a name tag or if you want these awesome shirts like Matt has on and you want it branded with, yo, look at that. Yeah. With your logos or hats or, you've done aprons for me. You've done coffee mugs for me. everybody has a pen.
Yeah. True.
She does all the things, and she can do Stanley Cups. She can do fake Stanleys. She can do so many fun things that you just can go visit with her too, and she can kind of show you around what's at the house, out her warehouse. So do you find like most people do that, or do they just say, "Hey, can you give me a price on XYZ?"
No, once they know that we have a showroom and they can actually see and feel and touch everything and actually see the bottle or the shirt or whatever, and then they want to come. And once they come, I've been in this business for 27 years. I know the new items that coming up and the items that works in which industry is something that I'm good at. I figured out that, and with your personality, everybody has different personality, different way of working, different audience, So based on that, I kind of get the idea that this item will work best for them. And so if most of the time when I tell them that I have a showroom, they come to the showroom, And so then they make decisions from there. So
Yes, I love it. So a couple years ago, and Matt, you were right there in the trenches with me. I was raising money for leukemia and for leukemia and lymphoma research. And you made these hats for me for a golf tournament. And it says, LLS, and it has my brand name on
right.
it. Everybody wants one of those hats still to this day. I mean, they're always asking me, and that was years ago.
That was.
So your branding materials that you can order can really last a long time if you order really good stuff. If you order cheap crap, then, probably not. But So as far as promo items, I mean, what do y'all usually use to give to your clients?
Well, we get so obviously we do the shirts, and I've done a few rounds of shirts with Sumta before. We do Yeti style cups, Yetis or the fake Yetis. We've got pins. You can do pretty much anything you can dream of to put a logo on. Sumta can do it. So one thing that I think does a really good job, the dog bags, the little things.
Oh.
You can actually put your logo on that and walk around to your neighborhood and hand them out.
Those works.
Yes,
Those
they
really
work. And it's a
work.
good way to meet your neighbors, especially if you're a realtor or an insurance agent.
yeah.
Mortgage,
Mind blown.
know.
Mind blown.
So-
Would have never thought about that.
No,
Yeah.
he's absolutely right. If you're at a conference or a trade show, and I had done it for this insurance company actually, and people were just going to his table just to get those, you know, and that attracted so many people to come to. So that's something else that, if I know that you own a dog or, you love dog and you want to make people come to your table when you are at a conference or something, then, items like that, you would not think about it, but those things attract people.
Yeah.
And what do you want when you're at a conference? You want people to come to you. So you get into conversation, which leads into business, right? So swags work. I mean, yes, I am in the business. I have to promote my swag, but
It does work.
it
does
does
work.
work if you use the right item.
Absolutely.
The right item.
Yeah.
Well, something that people can use, like those dog bags. You can even go on the neighborhood Facebook page and say, hey, I've got these. I'd be happy to deliver it to your house if anyone would want one. And you'll have so many people say, oh, please, me here at this address, whatever. You go knock on their door and meet your neighbor and say hello, introduce them to your business.
Look at that.
You know?
Well, I have to say, years and years ago, I was coaching this agent, and she was making a transition from new construction and that lull after that 2008 period where everything shut down. And, not having any money to get started and back up and ramped back up and having to completely think about your business differently. She was like, where do we start? And I said, well, let's get something we can order that could go into a note card. She said, I feel really strongly that I want to pray for each one of my sphere of influences. And as I do that, I want to be able to write a personal note card and send something that could fit inside that note card that I could mail easily, wouldn't cost too much. So thought about it, and I'm like, oh, let's do a jar opener. And so you got us some jar openers, and you can get them in a shape of a house, and they're super thin, and it stays in your kitchen for years. Like think. Like when we met Jay's, this is like, too much info, but when we met Jay's biological grandmother for the very first time, she gave us like tons and tons and tons of kitchen supplies that she had for years, right? And we kept this old, worn out Regions jar opener that was like scraped off. You could barely see that it was Regions. And I'm like, what do we even have? Like, how? This was probably $1.50. And so it's a perfect example. You never get rid of that stuff. And she actually got a lot of good feedback out of that. So it doesn't have to be something expensive. No. So what are you using?
We've done everything from the jar openers. We're big on putting QR codes on now because anything that's quick and scannable that I can hand to somebody and it can immediately launch them to our website, that they can put some information in and get an insurance quote. We want to do business the way people want to do business.
Yeah.
So we've done koozies with QR codes. I've done open houses with realtors where we did grandma's chocolate chip cookie recipe with a wooden spoon with our logo on it. I like things that I would want to keep. Dog poop bags. I need that. So I like to market our business on things that like I would want to keep. You have my business card there or something. I think it's a little thicker. I think it has a little more staying power. And that's what I like to think about. I like to think outside of the box and get things that would stick around.
I like
and that people would use and enjoy having.
Well, such good marketing tips from people who are out there, right? Trying to get the consumer to take action with us. So I love taking it a little bit further and saying, put that QR code on there. Like, don't let even your promo items go without a call to action.
That's right.
Which brilliant tip, y'all. Just saying, Ashley's got it going on over here. So, and as we partner with agents, we've got an event coming up every single month. We have a magazine reveal party and a celebration of who is on the cover. Terry Crutchfield was on our very first cover for March, and when I say very first, the magazine has been around for about 2.5 years. So March was my very first one that I got to launch. So I'm very excited about that and excited about having this first magazine celebration because it's going to be for the past 4 people who have been on the cover or been highlighted in it. And I can't wait. And I know that y'all are going to be there, with us to celebrate the agents that are in it as well. Matt, you just joined us as well in partnering. What did you get out of our very first event the other day?
So first off, the event was fantastic. Having 100 plus of the top real estate agents and partners in the same room was awesome. So just the ability to network, grow relationships, and then learn from some of the panelists who were very well prepared, very professional, and they were given tips of how they've grown their business that if you were paying attention, you could really pick up some good stuff. And I heard a lot of really good feedback from the agents that were in the audience just listening of, I need to do that, And so just the ability to come network with some of the very best in town and learn tips to grow your business was fantastic. So.
Well, one of the things that you had said about video and being comfortable about video, Earl, who was in the middle on the panel, oh my God, he's just so fabulous on video. He's so great. If you go back and look at some of his the videos that he does as far as listing tips for sellers, for walking people through a buyer consultation. I mean, he just makes it come alive on video and really so good. Brenda was also one that shared about doing video. She's doing a video tip every single day in her stories. And it really, video lets people know who you are and your personality. And they feel like they know you before they ever get a chance to actually know you. And so that's why you want to do it.
Right.
It does take a little bit to feel comfortable with that. And Philip Pritchard with Video Visions, who is producing this, he is also a partner with Real Producers Magazine. And if y'all are thinking about doing more video, and if you're thinking about doing video, he's going to make you feel comfortable. one of our agents, Michelle, like she was having a really hard time just getting comfortable in front of the camera. Now she's a pro.
Oh, amazing.
I know, because I made her come here in the studio and sit with Philip for hours.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, she's so gorgeous. Like, she's beautiful.
Yes.
Like, she just had to get comfortable in her own skin in video, and now she's so good at it. So it doesn't take long to feel comfortable, and I think that was one of the tips. And you'll be a pro in no time.
Just takes practice.
Yeah, that's right. So
A lot of mistakes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
A lot of
yeah.
embarrassing moments.
Some of the outtakes
You
may
don't
be
have
the
to
best.
post those.
yes.
They may be the best.
Yeah.
Well, and not being afraid to mess up and have those outtakes, because that's what real life is,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
That's
we're
right.
literally sitting here talking about how we're making money on poop bags. And life, right? Poop happens every day. So it's just been so much fun chatting it up with you as far as your business is concerned. I know that everyone needs to reach out to Matt if you want to learn more about mortgages and how he can find really good programs for you personally or for your clients. Reach out to Ashley. Right now, everybody's shopping insurance, and she will work really hard for you to package something that makes sense for you while you're shopping. And of course, if you need branding material and swag, you need to call Samta. And please be looking out for more meaty events that we've got planned for you this year, because Birmingham Real Producers Magazine is here to serve, and we're here to serve that top talent. Thanks for watching.
Please subscribe to this podcast, and thanks for tuning in